Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are all having a great day. So I started this YouTube channel because I wanted people to realize that there is hope when you believe in God, when you follow Him, when you listen to Him. And I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube that have, spiritual channels, and, they give you the tools that you need to change your life around. But how do we know that they've ever experienced anything? You can't, I don't really think that you can give people or show people what can happen when you do it, unless you do it. And that's why I started this channel. I wanted you guys to see a living, breathing, walking person who's actually had to go through all the crap in life, but still can make it out on the other side and be happy. Why am I so happy? Because I know God loves me. I'm going to court next week for my divorce, and the two people I was going to have go with me, neither one of them could end up going, and I have to take a witness with me. So I called up my daughter and I'm like, hey, can you come with me? She's like, I don't know if I can. She's like, hang on a minute, let me see if this person can go. So, and it's one of the people that live there, and she's like, yeah, she can go with you. And I'm like, okay, great, perfect, thank you. So we've got evil forces that come at us all the time, but how we choose to respond to it is going to determine whether or not we're going to let those negative situations actually bring us down and take away our joy. If this world doesn't give you a reason to be happy, then be happy because God is taking care of you. Hang on a minute, let me get my charger. Be happy because what's my hand? Because God is actually looking out for your best interest, and He has your best interest in mind. He wants us to feel unburdened in life. And when we give our challenges and we give Him the glory for working those challenges out, He does just exactly that. I'm living proof. I mean, am I ecstatically happy all the time? No, I'm not. I just like doing videos now, I actually see that people are watching my videos. They're getting the message, and that makes me happy. It makes me happy to show you guys that there is an opportunity to move past whatever is holding you down. You have to be willing to trust God. You have to be willing to walk by faith and not by sight, because this world is not going to give you the things that you're looking to find that peace. Only God does that. But when you can walk by faith and not by sight, everything else will fall into place. You're not going to necessarily get everything you want, period. You're not. But that just means that it wasn't destined for you. Change what you're wanting. And if we're wanting the things of this world, why? You know what I want? I want to be happy and I want to be loved by God. That's what I want. I want people to know that there is a higher power. I want people to know that this world is where we're currently at, but it's not where we came from. Our spirits did not come from here. They came from the eternal realm, and we're here to live out a life and show God how happy He could be in our bodies. We're part of the divine. We carry His DNA. I don't know. God provides protection. I mean, I actually had a blonde moment today, okay? So I needed an oil change on my car, and it's been a hot minute since I had the last one. And, I had no oil on my dipstick, and the oil filter was all gunky. So I don't even know what the inside of my engine looked like, but my car was still running, and it was still running great. But I knew I needed to get an oil change because God was sitting there going, you need an oil change, you need an oil change. I'm like, okay, I'll go get one. And he did that for like a week. I had to delay it because there were a couple of things that I had to do. Anyways, but when you guys can see somebody who actually can show you an example of what it means to walk by faith, I think that it's a lot easier for people to maybe take that chance on something that they didn't want to do. Maybe find the courage within themselves to actually do something that, here's the truth. If somebody gets mad at you for sticking up for yourself, then they're not worth it. It's not worth it. Trust me, I lived quite a few years chasing the approval of people who were never going to approve me. And they weren't meant to approve me. But that doesn't mean that I hate them. I still care for them. I just choose not to have them in my life anymore because they're not where I am. And if I were to take them back into my life, they'd just be doing all that all over again. And I'm not doing that. The old me would have, but the new me is choosing me. I want to be happy. I don't want to be chasing approvals from everybody. I don't want to dim my light for people who don't understand me, who don't get me, who I make uncomfortable because I'm happy. I don't care. If you're not happy, then sit down with yourself for a little bit and figure out why. That's what you need to do. Because there's something inside of you that makes you not happy. But don't blame me because I am happy, and don't get mad at me because I'm happy. That's the bottom line. If I've got a positive outlook on something and you have a negative outlook on something, well, maybe you need to shift your perspective. Maybe you need to shift how you're looking at things, not me. Why should I look at negativity when God is nothing but pure light? Anyways, I hope you guys have a great afternoon. Smile. It makes people think what you're up to. And have a great day, guys. Bye.